Hey there, guys. Welcome back to another episode of Fixing Production Problems, Factorio Edition. We'll get into that in a minute. Let's go ahead and look at what we did last episode and what we did between episodes. So if you remember last episode, we started clearing. I said I was going to expand the base, and that is what we have done. We've started to do it anyway. And I started clearing with artillery, and I got a fairly large swath of this base cleared with artillery, and it works really great for that. The only downside is it uses a metric crap ton of explosives and rounds. So it is very effective if you have the production to support it. The other option I had was to use the plasma gun, and it works great too. It does not require any ammo, just electricity. The downside to it is, as you can see, it does not take out a very wide amount at a time. So I had to do a lot of this back and forth, and it took a while to get it through. But as you can see, I've got it all cleared. Now we're working on filling it in with sand, and I've diverted a lot of my mud production from other things into producing sand. If we go over here and look, I set up a sand production area. We're training in mud, and we've got to a point now where we actually even have to wait for the train to fill up. So we're getting there. We'll get it filled up, and then we will address this spaghetti mess that's here. In the meantime, how did we make out? Let's take a look at this. So I went through, and after I cleared all the biters, I cleaned everything up that was left over. Or not the biters, but the worms. And here's what we end up with, guys. We ended up with two chests. One of them completely full, and one of them about half full. So there is what we ended up with material-wise just from killing off all of those worms. So I don't think we're going to be needing a whole lot of alien artifacts for a whole long time. So we're good to go there. So that is where that stands, and we are getting it filled in. Now, let's talk about the production issue. And what I'm getting at with this, or what we're going to look at, is a lot of these new, let's get rid of that, it's a little noisy. A lot of these new metal processes required sulfuric acid. And if we go over here and we look, you can see we are out of sulfuric acid. We have used it up. We're using it as it's being produced. We don't have very much. So we need to fix that. So there are a few ways to fix that. One of those is, unfortunately, something we can't get back. All those explosives took a lot of sulfur, and we could have taken that sulfur and turned it into sulfuric acid. But, we had fun blowing stuff up. So, it is what it is. But the key ingredient for making sulfuric acid really kind of comes down to sulfur. With sulfur, you can use it to make sulfur dioxide gas, and then the sulfur dioxide gas will make your sulfuric acid. So that is what we need. We need sulfur. Now, the hydrogen sulfide gas, what have you, we can also get that from other things. But what we need to look at is, like I say, increasing our sulfur. So there are two things that we have available that we can do. We can do this hydrogen sulfide gas and oxygen gas combination, and that's going to give us 3 sulfurs per 100 total. The other option is 100 sulfuric waste water is going to give us 1 sulfur, and it's going to give us the mineralized water and the purified water. Now, we are making this sulfuric waste water in abundance right now. A lot of our other processes need it, because once you use the sulfuric acid, you get back this sulfuric waste water. So we're going to harvest this back and make this, close this loop and start to do it. But we're also going to look at this hydrogen sulfide gas thing. So if we see what makes that, There are a couple of ways we can make it. One is with this green metal catalyst and acid gas, and that's what we're going to look at today. But let's look at some of the other options. Bottled, of course, is just, taking it in another form. Viscous mud water, this is where we're getting a fair bit of it at right now anyway, because like I say, we're making the mud and what have you. So we are harvesting that, but it's nowhere near enough to keep up our production. The next option is we can look at puffer gas stuff and what not have you, but we don't have the technology quite yet for some of that, okay? We're getting there with that, but we don't have it yet. So for the one that we're going to look at, we've got green metal catalyst and acid gas. Okay, well, green metal catalyst is going to cost us a little bit because it takes an aluminum ore and it takes a silver ore. And those we don't have a huge production of, and aluminum ore is being used for a lot of things. It's going to cost us, but it's going to get us 10 metal catalysts each time for one. So I think it's going to be worth it trying to do it. The other thing that we need for this is this acid gas. Now the acid gas, as it turns out, there are a few ways that we can already kind of get the acid gas. We can at this point use the puffers, grow puffers, and get acid gas, and we'll get a ton of it. So we're going to look at that, but we're not set up to do that yet. We've got the nutrient pulp, but we don't have this artificial buffer atmosphere and some other things that we need to do. So we're not really ready to start into this, but we're going to work towards it. But until we have this infrastructure, we really need to get some gas going. So the other option is to do this. Raw gas will give us acid gas and natural gas liquids. Now we're already making the raw gas as a byproduct of our production over here, of our oil cracking. So that's what we're going to tap into. We're going to tap into the raw gas. We're going to start getting this acid gas, and it's also going to give us natural gas liquids. Now down the road, those natural gas liquids are going to get us into some other things that we're going to be able to use as well. It's going to get us into methane, ethane, and butane gas. We're not ready to use those yet. We're not using them yet. But rather than venting this, we're going to store it just because we need it. So let us go ahead and look at what we're going to do here. So we got our raw gas that's coming out here that we've been kind of venting it off to keep our production going. We're going to get rid of venting. We're going to stop the venting because we want all of it that we want, or that we can get, and we're going to turn around and we're going to crack that. And we're going to crack it into our acid gas and our natural gas stuff. So for that we need, not the chemical plant, we need gas refine. I think, no, it wasn't gas refineries, was it? Yeah, maybe it was the gas refineries. I think it was the gas refinery. Yes, it was the gas refineries. So we're going to take our gas refinery and we're going to plop a gas refinery down. We are going to bring out our raw gas. And bring it into our refinery. We're going to tell our refinery that we want to go ahead and do raw gas refining, which is going to give us 20 acid gas and 80 natural gas liquids. All right. Now what's weird is we got 2 of the acid gas and 1 of the 80 natural gas, and yet we're making more of the natural gas. I think they should have set it up for 2 outputs and 1 output the other direction, but whatever. So we're going to set up some tanks to take this stuff in. And let's kind of try and line these up. So we're going to go 1, 2, and then since we're going to get so much more of this, we'll go 1, 2, yeah, we'll do 4 because we're not using this yet. We are definitely going to be using this. So we will bring it in to there, and I guess it really doesn't matter which one we bring it into, because they're both going to be set up, right? But there we go. All right, so now we can go ahead and power this puppy, and that should start making our acid gas and our natural gas, and we'll start seeing it down here. Now the other thing we want to do is we want to put at least this acid gas on the bus, and the reason we want to do that is because, like I say, we need to make those frames, and our aluminum and our silver are way the F over here. So if we put it on the bus, it'll be on the bus, it'll give us extra storage, and we can do our processing over here to convert it back over. All right, this we're not going to move anywhere. We're just going to leave it here. We're going to let it build up just the same as we've let these other ones build up. And we will crack it over here into its constituent parts. This is kind of the whole point of this over here. But we want to bring this over. So let's go ahead and look at where we can bring this in at. And I think we can bring it straight down here. So if we bring it that looks like that's in the middle of those two. Right? That will bring it into the bus. And then we need to bring it around. That's going to line up with that. We can't do that. Sugar. All right. Well, we can bring it down here and do it. Yep, that will work. And then we want to put in a pump so that we're putting it into our bus system. All right, so there's our acid gas, right? And then these, of course, are going to start to really fill up. We probably are going to end up having to vent these at a certain point just to keep this other production going. So let's go ahead and do that just so that our production doesn't back up. We will come back when we're ready for this, and we'll get rid of the venting, and we'll get her going. But meanwhile, right now we need this gas, or we need this going. Wonder if it would pay. How much have we got? We got a lot. Wonder if it would pay to do this. because I've got a couple of these gas refineries. So maybe we do this. Maybe we get 2 of them going. Right? Maybe we get 2 of them going rather than just 1. There we go. That'll start processing it a little quicker. Yeah, that'll work. All right, so there we go. So that's got that going. So let's go on over here and look at what else we're going to do to get this sulfuric acid going. And like I say, we have 2 options available to us right now with what we've already got without building up the infrastructure for the puffers. But now we can definitely build the infrastructure for the puffers. God knows we've got enough puffer eggs. Oh, and I didn't put my legs back in. In order to scoop all that stuff up, I built a bunch of roboports and let the robots grab all that stuff. But now I got to put my legs back in. So let's go up here where we've got some space that's not really being used for anything else at this point. And I think up here is a pretty good spot for it, because we're out of the way of everything, and we got all these pipes and stuff going anyway. So let's look at this again. So we've got 2 ways of making sulfur that we've decided. We've got hydrogen sulfide gas, which is what we're going to do with the aluminum and the silver. So we'll put that down here since we got to pipe in, or we got to bring in both of those ores. And the other way is the sulfuric wastewater processing and the water treatment plant. So we got a couple of water treatment plants. So we're going to pop these down. And we're going to tell them to process the sulfuric wastewater, right? So that's going to give us 2 items out, and it's going to give us our sulfur out. I wonder, do we maybe want to do this? Let's see. I know these are not going to line up. We can't connect them directly. I guess it really doesn't matter. I was going to say maybe we can have it close enough that we can, well, we can do this. 1, 2, 3. All right, there we go. We'll do it that way. All right, so we bring in our sulfur, our wastewater. We'll do that part of it beforehand. We don't want to waste in case we need to move this around. So that's going to bring that in. right? And then we're going to come out with and that's going to go right there. And our purified water is going to go right there, right? So let us move this out of our way of our purified water. Take those off. Now, do we need to put pumps on these to get it to go? I don't think we do. I think it'll be okay. All right, so then that is going to give us our sulfur out, right? Now, acid, sulfuric acid, craft sulfuric acid. We need sulfur dioxide gas, and that's made with oxygen and sulfur, and it is made in a chem plant. So we should have, we only have chem plant ones? Bummer. We'll have to upgrade those. We will have to upgrade those. But this is going to be sulfur dioxide gas, right? Now there's another way of making it, is there? Oh, we could make it that way too. So we've got a third way of making it. We may look at that as well. Let's do this for right now. All right, so that's going to give us our sulfur dioxide gas. Looks like we're going to need a couple more chem plants, huh? We'll make 2, and we'll upgrade these. All right, so that's going to give us, that's going to come out there, come in here. So we got to bring oxygen in. Right. And then this is going to make sulfuric acid, which is going to need water and the gas. Right? So we're going to have to go here to here. And then we got to go here to here. Bring in water here. And bring in oxygen here. And this is what? Purified water, right? And this is oxygen. Well, oxygen is easy. It's up here on the bus. Right? Oxygen. And we need purified water. And that's going to come down onto that one. So let's bring it from down here. Right, so that's going to bring both of those. And then we got to bring that back out. So if we come here, 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 here. Oh, we're out of figures. All right, we'll have to go get a couple more underground pipes. Or grab some stones. But I think underground pipes is going to be faster. Neither of them is going to be super fast. While we're over here, maybe we'll grab our legs. All right, where are... There they are. We only need one of those right now. Let's grab... Should be batteries. Let's grab one thing of batteries. And two of those. There we go. Okay. Now, there we go. We're a little faster now. So let's down here and get ourselves some pipes. All right, so there we go. There's our pipes. That's going to do us for that. On the way back, let's get us some raw materials just in case we need to build anything. So we're going to grab a stack of that. We got them. I think that's going to be enough of those. Grab a stack of that. Stack of that. And a stack of that. That should cover us for just about anything we end up needing, I hope. All right, so this was sulfuric acid back onto the bus. And that would be right there. All right, so let's hook this up then. Why do we have two... Purified water's coming? Oh, because one is coming out and one's going in. Well, hell. Why don't we do this then? I mean, if we're going to be using it and we're going to be making it, we might as well just grab it right off of the same one. So there's that, right? And then there and there. So that should be everything we need, with the exception of power. There we go. So we're now making sulfur. And now we're making sulfuric acid. All right. So that's going to solve it one way. Let's also set up the catalyst way of doing it, because now we're going to be making the acid gas or whatever. So let's look at how to do it that way. Wait a minute. That was this one right here, right? So acid gas is made in an advanced chemical plant. All right, so advanced chemical plant. I know I made a couple of them. And then that, wonder what process that comes under. Hydrogen sulfide gas. Let's try gas. And this is metal catalyst. This is sulfur dioxide. Wait a minute. Craft hydrogen sulfide gas. Oh, was acid gas, green catalyst, hydrogen fluoride. Okay. So we were gas, hydrogen fluoride gas, carbon dioxide, and hydrogen sulfide gas. And that one was with the green metal catalyst. That's the one we want right there, right? Because it is hydrogen, hydrogen fluoride, and carbon dioxide. Hydrogen sulfide, hydrogen fluoride, and carbon dioxide. Okay. So there we go. Now the only one we're not using right now, is this hydrogen fluoride gas. And I believe hydrogen fluoride gas, we can use it to make hydrofluoric acid. And we are using the hydrofluoric acid down here in this process, somewhere down here, if memory serves me right. Yeah, right here. So we can pipe it down here. That's the hydrofluoric acid. We can actually pipe it in to this process down here. That was the other reason I wanted to be over here, because we can bring that down and over to there. So rather than venting it, we will put it back into the system as well. All right, so this needs the acid gas and a green metal catalyst. And the green metal catalyst, we're going to do this. We're going to go in with one, out with one, chest, chest, in with one, out with one, assembler. That's going to make our green metal catalyst. And then the empty ones will come back out, and then this will give it a little bit of a buffer to be able to do it. And then from here we need aluminum ore and silver ore. So aluminum ore and silver ore in. So let's go find our aluminum ore and our silver ore. So silver ore is up here because this is our silver production. So this is our silver ore. Comes up right here. All right. So it looks like maybe we come up, over, and down and in. I don't think we can, well, yeah, because if it's coming here, we can run straight through here. All right. We can run straight through here at some spot. Because this is our silver processing here. We can run straight in through here. So let us snag off of here. Go that way with it. Let's run this all the way over first. Before we get too far, let's make sure we can get there from there. Yep, and then we can get out of there from there. Oops. Too far. All right, there's our silver ore coming over. Now we need aluminum ore. And aluminum ore is down here. All right, there's where it comes in. Let's see where it's coming from. Right here. All right, so it's coming from right here. And silver is here. So I don't think it's going to pay to go up and join the two of them, because I can't see the nightmare of trying to get from here up to there through all of this. All right. So what we're going to do is we're going to come down here where it's coming in and bring it over. This is why I'm not liking this one. It's going to use a lot of it on the belt. Now, I guess what we could ultimately do is bot this now that we have bots, and just have them bring over a little bit rather than all of this. I just want to get it up and running. We may go ahead and suck all this aluminum back up and put it back into the process and do it by bots. We have to build a bot network to do it, but that's minor in comparison, I think. But for right now, I just want to get it working. Because all of this is going away. We've already kind of established that it's going away. Or not going away, it is moving and being engineered to be a little more efficient. All right, well, long way to go to do it, but we can now join the two of these up. And just come to one, right? So then we'll get aluminum on one side, we'll get silver on the other side, we'll get the frames coming in and going out. Then we need the acid gas. And we now have the acid gas on the bus. Right? So there's that part of it. That gives us that. That's going to give us our hydrogen sulfide gas, which is going to give us our sulfur. Now, here's a question. Can we turn that directly into... We cannot. We have to turn it into sulfur. So that's chem plants. So that is hydrogen sulfide gas from there to there, and conveniently enough, we could tap that there, we could tap that there, going to give us sulfur, and then that will give us... Man, that's a convoluted way of doing it, isn't it? That'll give us the sulfur dioxide gas, which will give us our sulfuric acid. So that's another chem plant. So that's two more chem plants. There's the oxygen, there's that. And then this gives us sulfur dioxide, which is then going to give us sulfuric acid. right? So that and that gives us sulfur dioxide, and then chem plant gives us purified water, and that. Oh, you know what? Let's go down one so that we can tap that. All right, so then that's going to give us sulfuric acid. And then that comes back out to there. So purified water, sulfuric acid, oxygen, so then there's our oxygen, there's that. All right, looks like oh, missed one. All right, so that gives us our things. And then those go into here. And then we just need our acid, our what is this? Acid gas. So acid gas is going to give us that, which is going to give us sulfur. Sulfur is going to give us that. That's going to give us that. All right, so between the two, we should start seeing our sulfuric acid fill up. But I think because this is using aluminum and silver ore, I think we're going to want to regulate this somehow. We're going to probably want to regulate that somehow. So we know it's working. Let's turn it off for now. Because we've got this one. This one doesn't cost us anything. And it looks like it's producing just fine. This one, on the other hand, oh, plus we got to bring this out. All right, so we got to bring that over to here. Somewhere. Where is it that we're using that? I think it's right here, isn't it? Yeah, that's our hydrofluoric acid. So we got to come into that. We'll go down to there. All right, so boy, that's a long ways. We should, is what it is. Right? That's that. Wait a minute. Hydrofluoric gas, hydrofluoric acid. Not the same thing. Hydrofluoric acid crafts hydrofluoride gas in a chem station with purified water. All right. We screwed up. We didn't go one step far enough with this. While we're on our way up there, let's make a chem station. All right. So we need another chem station, and we need purified water. And that's going to make hydrofluoric acid. Right? I thought that said hydrofluoric gas and purified water makes hydrofluoric acid. Oh, wrong recipe. Hydrofluoric acid hydrofluoric acid craft chem station. Hydrofluoric acid, hydrofluoride gas. Hydrofluoride gas. Hydrofluoric acid, sulfur processing 3. There it is. All right. And we missed by 1. Right? So there is hydrofluoric acid. Comes in that way. Comes in that way. Where was it that we were bringing that in at? Oh, there it is. All right, so there's that. So if we turn this on, oh, that's the other thing we got to do, is we got to get rid of our carbon dioxide. There we go. And then that should give us all right, yeah, it is going up. Yep, there's that, and then that'll go on out of there. All right. So we'll just let that run. We'll regulate this somehow. So there's an additional way for us to get sulfuric acid. And the reason I want to regulate this one is because it is using silver and aluminum ore. And if we look all the way down here, we've got this set up to vent excess. So I don't want it venting out my silver and my aluminum ore. That would be stupid. So we're not going to do that. But did we not find an additional way? Didn't we see an additional way to do this? I thought there was another way to do something. Was it the acid gas, maybe? Maybe it was the acid gas. I thought we saw an additional way. Okay, raw gas. The puffers. I'll have to go back and look. I know there was something that I saw, another way, an alternate way of just getting here to this process. That seemed to be something else that we could use. I'll have to go back and look at the video. But there we go, guys. We're now making our sulfuric acid again. So we're back in business. I think this is going to be the way to go, really, to be honest, because we're making so much of this sulfuric wastewater that I think we're going to be okay. Let's look down here now and see. Oh, now we're using it up. We'll have to see when this balances itself out. I'm going to give it a little bit, let it balance itself out. But we need the sulfuric acid because we need to be able to start melting down our geodes. We need to be able to melt our slag. That all is contingent upon sulfuric acid. So sulfuric acid is something we really need. We'll deal with the rest of it. Like I say, this wastewater is a feedback loop of this, so it just may need to catch up and balance itself out. But there we go, guys. One more, oh God, we need to fix our production episode out of the way. I will see you next episode. Talk to you later. Bye. Hey guys, so just a quick follow-on to this video. I said I wanted to figure out a way to regulate this, and I'll show you what I did. Let's go ahead and grab some tech first too. I forgot to do that. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to take the gem crystallization. We're going to take geode processing 3. We're going to take the chlorine processing 3 because that's going to get us sodium processing, which is going to open up some various things for us. And let's do the polishing because that's going to get the gems that we can start working on doing gems and stuff like that. And let's get thermal water because that's going to give us the next level of our ore powderizer. So let's go ahead and take that so that we can upgrade our ore powderizer, and we'll be able to upgrade that as well that way. So let's grab that. That leaves us one more that we can take. Let's, I guess, grab ceramics. That also works towards one of the sciences. So let's grab ceramics as well. So there's that real quick. So here's what I did. As you can see, I got a red circuit going here. But if we follow this red circuit, you see it comes all the way over here, and it goes to my main line that goes around the post. All right. And if we go up here, it's the same thing. I got it hooked in to this main line that goes all the way around our post, our island, our factory, whatever you want to call it. So if we go down here and we go down to our tanks, what I did is I tapped into this first storage tank, because this is the one that's going to go empty soonest. And these are 50K tanks, right? So that red wire comes down here, goes down to our line that goes all the way around our factory, comes back around, comes up here, and comes to these two. And then what I've done is, for this one, because this is the one using the ores, we want this to turn on last. So I've set this that if that tank gets below 15,000, it'll turn that on. And then we'll start making sulfuric acid from here. And up here, I've set it that if that tank goes below 25,000, so this will be the first one to turn on, then it will go ahead and start making sulfuric acid from here. My thought process is that will allow this to start to build back up. And you can see it's starting to build back up now, because we are not making sulfuric acid at the moment. So all of this stuff that was taking that away will allow it to catch up. And because of the mud extraction and stuff like that, that will allow this to build up. So we're going to start building this sulfuric wastewater back up, because we need it for our blue algae. So we got to have it building up so that we're making our petroleum products, etc., etc., etc. So there it is. That's how I went ahead and I controlled these, was with the red wire, green wire thing, all the way down to those tanks, which was the whole point of having these rail lines have the red and the green wires on them, so we could start doing some things like that when we needed to. And now is the time that it's a good thing we planned all that out and we've got it in our favor. So there it is. Just wanted to update you a little bit and to grab some text. Let's grab one more text since we've already gone through that one. I don't know, let's do this gem processing one, right? Let's get ourselves some gemstones. Why not? Looks like it's going to open up some other technologies and stuff. We'll be able to build I don't know, whatever this stuff is. Green, looks like we'll be able to make our own alien artifacts, maybe, and stuff like that. So there we go. So that's where we're at. All right, I just wanted to touch on that real quick. I'll talk to you guys later. See you in the next episode. Bye.